This is the comparison between the Cybertruck that nobody ever bought and my all-wheel drive non-Foundation Series Cybertruck. And these are all the major differences in this video. So I'm going to get to price and everything in later in the video, but just, you know, kind of a not a breakdown, but just a quick price. This is at $62,000, starting with the tax credit that ends on September 30th. This is right around, I believe, $79,000 right now. I think it's actually less because I bought mine, you know, before the tax credit happened. So let's go around to the back. I want to show you guys the most obvious difference between the two that you're going to notice right away between, and you can see on the left with the rear-wheel drive one, it does not have a tonneau cover. Mine does. And let me go ahead and show you guys what that looks like. So since this is already open, you don't get actual tie down points or anything like that. Two of the buttons for the actual tonneau cover to retract and actually open and close are gone. And this opens, and it's a lot quieter with the button. But as you can see, you don't actually have the area here that opens up that gives you the NEMA 1450 40 amp circuit with the other two 50 amp circuits, and you don't have an under storage here along with, you know, kind of the more tactile look that you get with it. So you can, for I think it's like $600 to $700, you can see these 2 points here. The actual Cybertruck, you know, kind of Tesla store, will go ahead and sell you one of those kind of like roll-up ones that they get on other trucks, which is disgusting in my opinion. But I want to go ahead and show you guys, compared to this right away, this is stupid heavy. This is really heavy compared to mine. I don't know if that has to do, but you have to close this like a regular truck bed, which isn't a big deal, and it's not magnetic. Now, let me show you guys the difference between mine. Obviously, the tonneau cover opens, and this opens, and you can already see the difference. Obviously, mine, I've been using it for work, so it's a little dirty, but you can actually see that there's tie-down points. And, of course, right here, you can see that there's actually, if we open this up, NEMA 1450, 250 amp outlets, 15, excuse me. And you have more tie-down points there and there compared to the rear-wheel drive truck. And, of course, under storage that you have that is perfect for, you know, like me, storing a bunch of stuff. Shout out to Joa. No, they're not sponsoring this video. They're just awesome. So when you close this, it's a lot lighter. And when you do it, you can let go of your hand. It'll magnetically close. So continue on the outside. That's the rear of the two vehicles. Let's continue on so you guys can see. So both vehicles are on the medium suspension. And what I mean by that is that I actually have air suspension on mine versus this one not having air suspension. But the sales team said it has actual, what was the term that they used? It's not passive suspension. It's just like regular coil suspension. I believe it's called adaptive suspension is the term. Roast me in the comment section, guys. So you can see that they're both at the same height because it looks like it just comes standard on the rear-wheel drive one with medium height. These are the core wheels with the actual aero caps taken off. These are the Cyber wheels. You can get the Cyber wheels on the rear-wheel drive, all-wheel drive, and Cyber Beast. So externally, that's the difference that I'm seeing from the two. You still get the massive windshield wiper on both. They both look pretty much the same, just the wheels are different, besides the obvious tonneau cover that is missing. And just doing a quick walk around so you guys can kind of see the height of the two trucks. Obviously, my truck is, you know, has its tonneau cover open. Let's just go ahead and close that real quick. And everything is the same. Now, looking at this real quick, it looks like it's the same kind of material here and here. They both have those areas that if you are a contractor here and then there to go ahead and put like a roof rack and things like that. It's about the same. Now, looking a little bit more up here, I don't think I see the points like I have on mine where you can put even more stuff. I'm not sure if it's even mountable for the light bar on the rear-wheel drive one. That's a question that we're going to have to answer in the comment section when I get back and ask the sales team if they know or if service knows. Now, the frunks inside are exactly the same. There is no different. But let's continue the journey inside the Cybertrucks for you guys to kind of check out the difference of what they look like. Hopefully the doors don't knock into each other here, right? So both doors open. Rear-wheel drive on this side. Right away, if you guys can notice, there is no rear screen. Yes, they took that out. That's why they're making it affordable for you guys. Again, still around $62,000 with the tax credit. Expires September 30th coming up here. And the seats are not perforated and heated in the back. They are 100% cloth. It's not a bad kind of feel. It's okay. But what I noticed is this middle piece doesn't have the little strap here to pull like you'll see in mine to put this down. So you have no rear cup holders, and there is no button that I'm feeling back here either, because I know the trucks pretty well because I drive it every day. You still get the pockets. You still get that area. The doors are the same. The buttons are the same. The windows sound the same. Sorry for the pause there. But that's pretty much it. Also, you'll see in the back and the front, there is no floor mats. Hopping over to mine, again, same concept, but you get the screen for the kids, entertainment, all the chicks you're going to pick up in the Cybertruck, and you got the heated perforated seats. So that is the strap that I was talking about right there that you're going to see. And pulling on that strap, you're going to knock that out. And this is what I'm talking about with the cup holders and like a nice little area to put some paperwork. So you can also use it as a third seat, pushing it back, and it's good. So that is missing from the truck. Mine came with summer floor mats. I got from winter floor mats from EV Base. Shout out to them. And that's pretty much the back area. Everything looks the same. The material on the sides here looks the same as well. I don't see a major difference between the two. Now, as we move into the front of the truck, what you're going to notice is that everything in my truck is Alcantara for the materials. And this is like, again, kind of like a cloth matching the seats. Again, this is their entry-level truck, so they have to take some stuff away. Now, again, I'll give you my thoughts at the end of the video, but let's hop into the driver's seat of the actual rear-wheel drive Cybertruck, and let's see, how it is. Now, the biggest notable difference that you're going to see when we hop back into my truck is that this symbol for the Cybertruck is still the same, but it's not metal looking and metal feel like mine. Same thing on the all-wheel drive and Beast, the actual foot pedal and brake, the accelerator that the Cyber Beast owners use to put bus links on the TRXs and Raptors are also not metallic. The driver's door has the LEDs. The LEDs are still around the whole vehicle, as you can see. Same thing, completely fine, completely normal. And it's about the same for those. Now, hopping into the truck, like I said, we're on the medium suspension constantly because there is no air suspension for you to actually change. But that is the differences I'm noticing right away as someone that's owned this truck, my truck obviously, for about 8 months now. And you can see the material here, that it is kind of that material that I was telling you about all through, including even the sun visor. And that's what they took away. The mirror is still the same, which is the most useless mirror ever. You get to get that removed right away when you get your truck, no matter which version you get. And that's it. The button is still, the horn is still the same. The buttons are still the same. Bring up the camera. Turn signals still feel the same compared to my truck. And of course, this all looks the same. Your storage is still the same. That is pretty much all the same. Now, you'll see on mine when we walk over doing the comparison, under controls on mine, you're going to see that it's going to say right where it says wiper right now, it's going to say suspension controls, entry, low, medium, high. On this one, it does not, because there is no air suspension. It is adaptive suspension. Say it with me, Detroit Tesla guy. Adaptive suspension. Now, what I already noticed is that the tweeters, if they are actually tweeters, are much, much smaller. There are less speakers in this vehicle. In the back of my truck underneath comes stock, I believe 210s or 212s underneath the seats. This does not have it. But that is, kind of the major things. I'm not going to do a sound test, unfortunately, because I don't want to get copyrighted. But that looks like all the major things looking around the Cybertruck. The glove box is also the same there. There isn't much of a difference there, and everything's the same. So let's go on and put on a little bit of air. Cool me down here. It's actually pretty warm and humid. So from the actual AC software, is the same. Going through the controls, mirrors, they still auto fold. So that is good. You can still save the location of the two. That is completely fine. Unfolding, fine. All this powered front power feed. So you roof power feed. So it looks like you might be able to actually put on top outside the actual light bar. Towing, completely fine. 350 miles of range. This is actually the rear-wheel drive long, I guess they call it the long range because of the front motor that is missing, right? Obviously you can't see it because it's all this stuff's here. Towing and all that is the same. Charging is the same. Autopilot, FSD, all the same. Locks, that looks all the same. No difference there. Lights, you still have the lights, auto lights, high beams, all that, dome lights, accent lights, footwell lights, that's all included. Change the ambient lighting color. That is all the same. Cybertruck logo on the screen when you enter the vehicle. All of this looks the same. It just seems like they actually took major components that are physical out of the truck. You can see Cybertruck doesn't even have the all-wheel drive, has the FSD, of course, 13.9.2, latest one. That is all of them. From the software side, there's nothing much that I can see here, right? Bluetooth, audio, that all looks the same. And it's interesting that they have no sub. They don't have no subs, but they have bass, which on mine, on the EQ settings, it actually shows sub, because I actually have a sub. Bass on the frequency spectrum is more closer to like 90 to like 200 hertz, where actual sub is like below 80 hertz to 50 hertz. Then after that, you stop feeling it. So that's pretty much everything that I have noticed between the two trucks in the comparison. I wanted to put this video out there for everybody that, might actually be thinking about, looking at this truck, driving it, having an entry-level truck. You don't really care too much about, having the 0 to 60 under 2.5 seconds in the Beast or something like that. But that is the major differences. And if there's any when I get home here, along with the actual, listing of the, specs in between the two side by side, I'm going to go ahead and list that if I didn't list it in here. And just to look, the headlights are the same. The bar in the front is the same. Everything is the same on this truck. But I just, as of today, August 5th, I wanted to just go ahead, walk around the truck, both of them, and show you guys that everything that is different and everything that is the same. Again, sorry about the audio cutout. My batteries died on my actual microphone. But yeah, that is the rear-wheel drive entry-level Cybertruck, currently at $62,000. And this is the all-wheel drive, my version. You can see the difference right away, the tonneau cover. So again, let's go over some of the details when I get home here now and actually, talk to you guys about the difference in pricing and stuff like that. I was going to cut to the part where we're actually, going to look at the specs. I lied. Let's go for a drive and feel the difference between the suspension. You can still see and hear that the key card and opening the door is the same. So let's hop into the rear-wheel drive Cybertruck and give this bad boy a drive. So I'm going to adjust this because in my plaid video, you guys were having a cow that all you saw is my crotch. Thankfully, the Cybertruck is a little bit higher. So let's, safety first, put on the belt. Let's go ahead and put up the air a little bit because your boy's hot. So let's adjust this. This looks like a good angle. Again, guys, sorry, I'm getting used to the POV camera. But same concept. Once you have it, you can press the brake to drive when your seatbelt is on, and you actually have to choose the control because that setting is off, but that's okay. So let's give the Cybertruck rear-wheel drive's first drive. First impressions, feeling if there's any difference in the actual, first of all, steer-by-wire. Feels exactly the same as my truck. So you Beast and all-wheel drive owners can I guess you can say, you can celebrate is the term. However, just going over some bumps, that is where I feel the money comes out besides the tonneau cover. Yes, you can feel the bumps a lot more. Now, this is very subjective. Me personally, I like my air suspension. I like driving on a cloud. There are guys that like, and girls that like the suspension more stiff, and that is their preference. So here we are. Now, just going over some bumps, I can feel it a lot more. It feels more stiff and less cushiony. So again, this is what you get with an entry-level truck. There's nothing wrong with it, but I'm just pointing this out to you guys because everybody says, oh, it's bad, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, it's a 62K truck as of right now before the tax credit ends on September 30th. So it feels the same. It drives the same. The seats are still actually powered, so you can push them forward, which is nice. That's good for an entry-level truck because a lot of trucks that are entry-level do not come powered. So, which is, really nice of, them, the Tesla team, for actually putting that. But, kind of feeling everything, driving it around, taking it around corners, it feels about the same. I don't feel a difference. Again, the buttons, like I said earlier, feel the same. Everything feels the same when it comes to driving. The smoothness feels fine. I'll make sure we don't hit this this baddie on our left here. They're all baddies, right? She's going to start her run. So we're going to go here. We're going to pick up speed a little bit because now we're on a road. So let's do a quick acceleration. It's not bad for 0 to 60 in 6 seconds. It feels pretty good. It's not bad. It picks up. It's electric. It doesn't, it still puts you can see even with my camera, trying to hold it with my neck, it still puts you back in your seat, even when you're rolling. Now that I'm going over more bumps, you can actually feel it a lot less as the speeds pick up. You don't feel the bumps as much, but you can tell that you don't have air suspension. So it's really, really nice. It feels good. It still feels smooth, like the sales team told me it would. It still drives like a Tesla. The regenerative braking feels exactly the same as, my Cybertruck. Obviously, it's a lot more on the Cybertruck because it's a much bigger vehicle, a lot more regenerative braking. So let's go ahead and make sure there's no one to our left. Let's go ahead and take a turn here, and just kind of punch it out of here. Yeah, it's, it picks up. It's a Tesla, but going over manhole covers, at lower speeds, you can feel the suspension more. More stiff, more, I wouldn't say it's a rough ride. It's a more, how do I say, less cushiony ride. Because it still feels okay. It still feels acceptable for the adaptive suspension that Tesla has been preaching about. But it is still not the complete comfort. So again, it's not like you're going to be riding in like an 87 Yugo or something, but it feels good. It feels great for an entry-level truck compared to like a Ford or a Dodge that might have like a, like an entry-level F-150 or entry-level Ram 1500. I don't know which ones those are, but I know, that's a comparable truck in size and capability. Yeah, I mean, it feels great cruising along. Cruising along above 50, it's kind of interesting. There's more of a pull once you're closer to like 45, 50 versus like if we come like closer down, there's less of a pull, but once you're up on 50, there's more of a pull. It's weird. And again, what I'm also noticing is that with the front drive unit gone, because this is a rear-wheel drive car, it actually feels lighter in the front, which makes sense because there's less weight. And I'm going to put those in the specs, but yeah, it feels great. Let's slow down for this roundabout and kind of give it some juice around the corner. See how it feels. Again, this is not a performance variant, but again, I come from a performance background of having a Plaid, and the dual motor is plenty fast for most people. And for somebody that doesn't care crazy like performance, I mean, this is perfect for you. This is absolutely perfect when it comes to, just a daily and you don't care about performance. If Tesla could bring the prices down, in my opinion, to like 50, 55K after the tax credit for this, I mean, this thing would steal the show. Yeah, I mean, it really would. So taking around this corner, yeah, it feels great. Just like my truck, but what I notice is that it takes the corners better. Why? Because you have less weight in the front. I automatically feel it. Now, I just noticed as we started driving around, the only time that this mirror makes sense is now. Because now that you don't have the tonneau cover blocking this, you can actually see out of this like worthless mirror. Sorry, Tesla. I love you guys, but that is the worst mirror I've ever experienced in a car. So, that's pretty much it. I think I've gone over everything. If there are things that I forgot to go over, which I'm pretty sure I didn't, you guys can comment that down below. But I'm going to go ahead and actually go to the next section, which is me kind of breaking down the specs and everything like that and pricing as of right now. Because I believe with that tax credit that is point of sale still on the all-wheel drive version, you're closer to 72. So I believe it's going to be a 10 to 13K difference between the two trucks. So let's go. So just looking at a quick breakdown between the two vehicles, there's a 10K difference. And this is with the pricing you're seeing, the $7,500 tax credit that ends on September 30th. Again, this was recorded on August 5th. So you have a little bit over a month and a half to still make your decision on a 3YSX and Cybertruck rear-wheel drive or dual motor, all-wheel drive as they call it, to decide if you can take, the tax credit with you. After that, it goes up, and I believe it's around $79,990 for the all-wheel drive, and then $69,990 for the rear-wheel drive, what I saw on the website. Double check the website and double check with your local delivery and sales advisor at your local Tesla center. But just to give you a quick rundown, this is what you are missing between the two. So on the right side is a rear-wheel drive entry-level version. You're missing, obviously, in the back. The most important parts of what I think makes the Cybertruck unique is the tonneau cover, so you can't close it and lock it. The power outlets, the two regular outlets, and the NEMA 1450 outlet, you are missing that. The rear understorage that you get on the Cyber Beast and the all-wheel drive to put extra stuff, and those kind of tie-down points and anchor points to put all sorts of accessories and different things in the back of your truck, like a Starlink kind of dish mount and all sorts of things, and tie-down points for actually using the truck as a truck, but you still get the 6-foot bed. And going inside of the truck into the rear seats, you don't get the premium material or the rear screen. You just get little vents there. You don't get the USB-C, charging cables there. The middle seat pull down does not have the cup holders. And again, I mentioned the premium seats, but you would get heated seats on all 5 seats, front and back, and cooled in the front, perforated, more premium luxury feel. You won't get that with the rear-wheel drive. The rear cup holders are missing from that folding seat in the middle, in the back. You don't get no air suspension. You get adaptive suspension. And I've already mentioned the premium material. And of course, the sound system is knocked down with the subs under the seats in the all-wheel drive and Cyber Beast. They are missing, and the tweeters are a lot smaller, and the speakers are a lot smaller. And I did hear the sound system. There is a huge difference in sound. The rear-wheel drive system is okay. It's passable, but without that sub, it's kind of like eating a sandwich without, kind of the meat. You're just not really eating a sandwich. You're just eating cheese and bread. You'll get along and you'll probably be okay with it. But once you get that actual base in there, or that, meat, chicken, beef, whatever you eat, burger, then it's like a complete sandwich. That's how I view sound systems. So that's pretty much everything off the top of my head that I can think of. Going over, the suspension, the quality, everything like that. Obviously going over to the all-wheel drive version, everything I mentioned, you get. And the only difference, if you're looking up from the all-wheel drive to the Beast, is that front area behind the screen is Alcantara. And then, of course, it's a Cyber Beast. And you get that extra 850 horsepower to become a super truck. So that is pretty much the difference between the two. Again, if you're thinking about ordering, use my link in the description or down in the comments to get free FSD for 3 months, and some other goodies depending on what month it is and what Tesla has going on. But you can also take advantage, what I was reading on the website, of 0% financing right now if you add FSD to your order. And while it does bring up your monthly payment a little bit, 0% financing is pretty much unheard of in the auto industry right now. So I would, if I were in your shoes, either one, I would definitely take advantage of that. I know it's available on the all-wheel and rear-wheel drive versions. Not sure about the Cyber Beast or any other models,
but make sure you check the website and talk to your Tesla local rep. And again, if you do order, you have to order through the link. You can't give the link to the the sales advisor because they're not going to do anything with it. So again, thanks for tuning in, and I will see you in the next one.